All right, I'm here with the Columbia team. I'm going to start with Xavier here. He went 4-1, did really good. Started out for his team real strong. Charleston was looking a little shook in the beginning there. You used Balrog. Tell me a little bit about the matchups that you played, like things that you saw as far as like how you felt your team was going to do after you started off with a 4-1.
Okay, yeah. After we started, I actually felt pretty confident in the team. I don't know, I'm disappointed that I lost to an Abel player. I felt like I should have won that. But I'm definitely disappointed that we couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, Josh's Abel's pretty good. He went 3-0 for the day, and he's been playing Abel since day one, so, no shame in that. What about the rest of the matchups as far as, like, you played a couple of Ryus, too, so.
Yeah, the Ryu matchup, I'm not really too worried about. You just have to, like, zone him pretty well. And in my last match, he actually picked a Viper. And I actually have a friend on my PSN list that's a really good Viper, so I wasn't worried about that at all. So,
Dr. Hat, there was questions about your Vega, but you came through today. You came out with a winning record. You went 2 wins out of 3. So what did you feel about how they were ready for that?
They showed up. They seemed to have practiced up the matchup a little bit and studied a little bit. So it was hard fought.
Break down the matches that you had. Do you remember them?
Let me see. I played against 2 Blankas and I forgot the other match actually.
I think it was a Ryu.
Okay, yeah, Ryu. I've practiced that matchup, and there's so many Ryus that there's only so many different things you can do. So I kind of knew that matchup a little bit better, probably.
The Blankas that you played, 2 different people. You won 1, lost 1. What do you feel like the difference was between the win and the loss?
Well, I played Justin's Blanka before. He's a very solid player, very fundamental, and he knows that matchup well enough. Like, we played so many other tournaments. He knows how to destroy that Blanka. I mean, that Vega.
Cool. So how do you feel about, like, how it went down? You guys, is the team, like, demoralized? You down for another one? How do you feel about this?
Hey, I mean, we could do another potentially in the future.
Are we looking at the same lineup? Maybe doing another shakedown for a new 5 team? How's it going?
I'm not sure. We'll have to do some teamwork, do some collaborating, figure out what we want to do.
Out of the matchups you saw, what do you think? Like, where do you think Charleston took advantage? Do you think it was the Abel, maybe Ryan's Balrog? What do you think?
Well, I mean, Ryan was a good player. His Balrog was pretty solid, and we didn't really know who he played, so that was kind of that unknown factor. And Icege, Abel was quite solid. So.
Yeah, it looks like he took a lot of people by surprise. He didn't lose today, so. I got Dwaine here, AwardTour. A little bit off today.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day. Like,
your Rufus looked solid. It just looked like you couldn't punish.
I wasn't warmed up, I guess. Hopefully, I'll do better in the singles today because it was rough in the 5-on-5. I really felt bad because I really felt if I at least won 1 or 2 games, we could at least made it closer or even like won the 5-on-5.
Yeah, towards the middle there, it looked like it could have been back and forth. You guys were within 1 or 2 wins. You had the lead in the beginning, of course. Do you think like maybe the matchups were bad for you, or you just couldn't convert it?
I wouldn't say matchups were bad because everybody plays like the Ryus, the Balrogs. They're pretty popular characters in Street Fighter 4, and if you play, you should know those matchups. I just didn't punish and deliver. I'm just hope I can be on team next time and do better. And Keon from Columbia said, hey.
Okay. We got Rahjon here. He went 1 and 2. What did you think about those? What did you think about the matchups?
I thought it was a really good competition. The guys who I went up against played really well. Ryu player, I felt like I kind of gave that one away towards the end, but Justin playing as Blanka, he has a real good Blanka, and he just beat Better Man, won that matchup.
Yeah, your Akumas look solid. I mean, he takes damage. Everybody knows that, but you got to play a little bit smarter when you take somebody with a high damage character. As far as like the win, you played against, it looks like 2 Blankas, right?
Yeah.
All right. So how did you feel about that Blanka matchup?
I felt good about it, but there's always good people out there, especially people who know how to play Blanka well. So it just comes to experience. I got to get more experience with that, and hopefully I'll be back and Columbia represent next time.
Cool. All right, Xavier. So what do you think about, like, actually, were you on the original 5-on-5, or did you have to play for your spot?
I actually played for my spot. I didn't lose a match there. So that was pretty cool.
Okay, maybe they'll give you that seat the next time you won't have to play for it. I mean, you did good at did good at the shakedown, and you went 4-1 today. Maybe you earned that spot.
Yeah, man. I hope so. I hope so.
Mike, he played Dictator. Little rough day. He went 1-4 today. How did you feel about like the matchups that you had?
Not too bad. Most of my matchups were pretty close, but the Charleston guys, they just know how to play, and they came out on top, so they deserved it.
How do you feel about like with Xavier, you know, having to play for a spot and coming out and being 4-1, pretty much leading the team in the beginning? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, Xavier's real good. In the tryouts for the last few spots, me and him played in the grand finals, and he ended up winning, of course. So I knew he was probably going to be one of our top players, along with Pat, Dr. Hat, who's really good. And then the other three were just regular casuals, so we just gave it our best.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you guys did good. A lot of the Charleston guys are saying they were pretty surprised. They thought that they were going to walk through Columbia, but that definitely didn't happen. You guys put up a pretty good fight. So there's been a lot of talk about like, hey, this was fun. We don't have to always do it in Charleston. You know, is Columbia's probably got a little bit bigger scene now. So how would you think about doing something in Columbia?
I think Columbia's got the bigger scene now than Charleston, but we're still a little disorganized. We're still looking for a good place to have tournaments and whatnot. So once we get a good venue set up, we'll be more than glad to throw some team tournaments. I'm sure the next one we'll probably throw before too long. We've actually got a circuit coming up. It's basically a Ranbat. It's a series of tournaments where each placing adds up the points, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most points wins. So we'll be running that up at this pretty decent venue, and we might have a team tournament at it. I don't know. We'll have to keep in touch with the Charleston players, see what they want to do.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, Charleston has we try to do a monthly Ranbat to stay current. So it sounds like you want to have something like that for Columbia. You guys have a spot singled out, and should people be looking out for that? That is going to be happening soon?
We've got one place singled out at the mall where we're doing the Ranbat, and when we invite, that'll be the place. It's a little Pizza Hut at the mall.
Okay, cool, guys. Thanks for everybody's comments. Maybe we can do this again in the future. So you got anything to say for all the Charleston and Columbia people that are going to be listening?
I'm just really looking forward to the next one. Maybe it'll be in Columbia, maybe not, but I'm just really looking forward to the competition as time passes.
All right, cool. All right, thanks a lot, guys.
You can't throw fireballs no more. Is that really the start of the ball? You can't do anything.
You had it.
Save your lead.
There you go.
No.